There's a little bit of depression that this laydown is setting in too. That's a big one. That's a big one. For summertime on this lake, that is a good fish. Boy, she thumped it too when I put it in there. All right. Perfect example of making that easy cast. Something I'm gonna show you where that fish was positioned at. It's really, really important. You gotta pay attention to it. That information that I just got from that bite right there and why I use this bait, it's all premeditated, all strategized. That's a 2 3/4, maybe 3 pounder right there. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about this, okay? So this particular fish come out of a very traditional spot on that laydown. You see this laydown, this is the back of a pocket, it's flat. But there's a little bit of a depression. It ain't much. It's a half a rod length. This is rod's 7'8". It's a half a foot of a depression. I can see the bait, I can see the bottom everywhere else, but that laydown lays across the depression, the creek channel. And that's where that fish was setting. So now we know we could run that. We could duplicate that all over the lake. We could just fish. That's a good one. I'd love to have that one in a tournament right now. Love to have that one in a tournament right now. That laydown setting over the depression, I roll that spinnerbait over the part of the laydown that's adjacent to the depression. That's where the bite come from. He wasn't at the back, he wasn't at the front, he wasn't on the flat area, he was in the depression. There's a little waller, a washout, we would call it. You know what a washout is? He was in the washout. Laydown lays across that. It's the perfect spot. It's an ambush spot. That's where he wanted to be to get those little brim as they swim by. And so that's all you're doing with laydowns, is taking advantage of the fish, because you know where they like to set up to eat. Okay, I'm gonna throw this guy back. That's a really good one for today though. I'll throw that one back. Okay. And that's why spinnerbait is better for that. If I would have tried to fish that with the creature bait, it works okay. You might catch that fish. There's something about that spinnerbait rolling through there really good like that, really nice and smooth, that just makes sense. You're always gonna catch them on that. Now I said that's my least favorite type of laydown, but god dang, it might be my favorite today. We'll make another one. See, that right there is the depression. It's deepest right there. When I cast back up here, back in this area, this, right in that area, that is the shallow part. And what you're gonna find out, you remember I talked about there's a couple different style laydowns. This laydown is obviously laying on the bottom of the lake. Some laydowns will have enough water on them where they're actually floating. There's always different styles of laydowns. Now, if I cast back up here, that part of the laydown is a lot shallower. It might be one up there, maybe, but most likely probably not. That fish was in a very predictable spot. Important part, if I would have had my boat in this area casting this way, you don't get that bite. If I was trying to cast straight at the laydown, I wouldn't get that bite because I wouldn't have been bringing my bait down the right lane. The fact that I got my boat where it is, that allows me to bring my spinnerbait right down the side of the laydown. If I were to cast straight to it, my bait is in unproductive water immediately. But the way that I'm casting right now, my bait comes way down. It's still in the strike zone, still in the strike zone, still in the strike zone. Now I'm out. But if I just cast to it this way, my bait lands there, strike zone, and I'm out. I'm already out. Very important part, very important thing to pay attention to.